Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 20 of my favorite 31 debut albums of all time. The top debuts, the greatest debuts. We're counting them down each and every day here this month in October. Of course, 31 days in a month. Our 31 favorite debut albums across all genres. Our absolute favorites. There's so many great ones. Can only pick 31 though, right? Only 31 slots in 31 days. It's the game we play here, right? So today for pick number 20, the top 20. Here we go. This is an album was released May 25th, 1983. Recorded at Sound City Studios in Van Nuys, California. Produced by Ronnie James Dio for Warner Brothers Records. I'm talking about Holy Diver from Dio. That is correct. Debut album from Ronnie James Dio and his brand new band, fresh off of leaving Black Sabbath. He takes Vinny Appice with him. Of course, Ronnie on all sorts of vocals, right? Lead and backing vocals, keyboards. Vinny Appice on drums. Coming over from Rainbow, Wild Horses, Jimmy Bain on bass and keyboards. And the Young Lion, the Irish stud, first appearance on a major label record. Vivian Campbell on guitars. What a guitar player, right? Yeah, you better believe it. Making his statement, because Ronnie was kind of well, when Ozzy left Sabbath, he found this guy named Randy Rhoads. Look what he did with him. Fortunately, we lost Randy shortly thereafter. But so he's like, you know what? I'm going to go out and get myself a red-hot young guitar player as well. And he certainly did that in young Vivian Campbell. So what do we have on this album? We got some Dio staples, some heavy metal staples on here. We got, of course, the rip-roaring opener, Stand Up and Shout, one of the great album openers of all time. Holy moly, if that just doesn't get your blood boiling and just get your head banging and your fist pumping, the air guitar out. Killer song, Stand Up and Shout. That's followed by the title track. The epic sounding title track. It's really not that long. It's only just under 6 minutes long, but it's just got that feel to it, right? It's just so majestic and heavy. To me, that could have been a Sabbath song if that lineup, the Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules lineup of Sabbath, did another album. Well, I shouldn't say the lineup because you got two different drummers there, but if the Mob Rules lineup of Sabbath had done another record, I could totally see Holy Diver fitting on that. I could just hear it. Then you got Gypsy. Gypsy's faster, a little more upbeat. Holy Diver's a little slower, heavier. Caught in the Middle. It's got a more kind of accessible edge to it. I really like it. Great riffing, great song, good chorus. Then, of course, Don't Talk to Strangers. One of the top 3 songs on the album to me. Just an amazing vocal from Ronnie. Hard charging riffs, just so good. Over on side 2 of the original vinyl, you got Straight Through the Heart. Again, another up-tempo, catchy rocker. Invisible's up next, crushing and heavy. Love the chorus, love the riffing. Rainbow in the Dark was the sort of hit. Well, it was a hit, right? But the big song, the single on the album, again, just so catchy, so well made. Great solo from Viv. His solo on that, his solo in Holy Diver, just so blazing. Stand Up and Shout too's got great solos on this album from Vivian Campbell. Sadly, I don't think we've ever really gotten some of those great leads like we did from him early in the Dio's days in the latter period stuff that he's done. He's done some fine guitar work on, some Def Leppard albums and the Shadow King album and, the Last in Line stuff. But to me, the really, really amazing lead guitar stuff or guitar solos that he has done throughout his career on these first couple Dio albums. And then after Rainbow in the Dark, you've, of course, got Shame on the Night, another dark and brooding, kind of doomy, Sabbath-y style rocker there. It's a great album. To me, not a weak track on the whole thing, and it plays great from start to finish. Let's take a look at the charting positions, shall we? In Finland, number 15. Germany, number 52. New Zealand, number 43. Swedish charts, number 18. UK charts, number 13. Only crept up to number 56 on the US Billboard charts. I thought that would have been a little higher. And, of course, with the reissue in 2021 in Scotland, went back on to number 68. UK Rock and Metal charts, number 9. Certifications, UK, this was a silver album. 60,000 units sold. Here in the States, even though it didn't crack the top 50, it still went double platinum, 2 million copies sold. That's pretty damn good. Again, it's just word of mouth. Just the band just starting to play bigger and bigger arenas as they go on. Because I saw Dio, the band, on this tour. I saw it on the second tour. I saw them on the third tour. In fact, I saw them all throughout the '80s. I think on every single tour they did, and then I didn't catch them again until probably like the mid '90s. But yeah, each tour playing bigger and bigger venues until I think. On the Sacred Heart tour, I saw them at, I think it was either Brendan Byrne Arena or Nassau Coliseum, one of the two, with the big dragon and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's just, just selling out concert halls and selling lots of albums at this point. Holy Diver was released as a single August 12th, 1983, and October 21st, 1983, Rainbow in the Dark was released as a single, and that really, I think, kickstarted the momentum of the album there. So yeah, Holy Diver by Dio is my pick for today. Let us know what you think of this very, very, very fine debut album down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. Pick number 20. We'll see you tomorrow morning, of course, with number 19. That's how it goes. We count our way backwards, right? We go all the way to number 1, which will be revealed on the 31st, Halloween day. Stay tuned for that. And lots more coming up here on the channel. We got, coming up here in just a little while. We've got, what is today? Jamie Laszlo, of course. Jamie Laszlo and the review crew in more than a little while. Coming up later today, this evening, actually. Got it confused with Saturday and Sunday. Come on, Pete, you can do it. This is what happens when you record these shows on days that they're not airing. You get sort of like tongue-tied with when things are airing, so I'll get it straight, don't worry. So we've got the review crew coming up later today with Jamie and company. We've got tomorrow ranking the albums. For the next 2 ranking the album shows, Grant, Arthur, and I are going to be doing. It's basically because time is of essence, and I'm getting ready to go on vacation, and I'm not going to be back in time to do a separate one. So Grant and I are recording today 2 short little ranking shows of bands with just 2 albums each. One will air tomorrow, Sunday, and one will air next Sunday. Tomorrow is the Rosington Collins Band, which, of course, the band that came from the ashes of Lynyrd Skynyrd. We had that unfortunate plane crash, and the band was in shambles for a while, but a good chunk of them got back together, put together this band. Yeah, they only had 2 albums. But it's more an excuse. Yeah, we're ranking 2 albums. Of course we're doing. I know it's whatever. It's not a true ranking type show because you need at least 3 or 4 albums for a true ranking show. But we've done catalogs with just 2 albums before. It's just an excuse to talk about the bands and the albums. That's what it's all about. Because quite frankly, as Grant always says, who's talking about Rosington Collins Band out there? Nobody is. We are here. So we're going to talk about those 2 albums, the debut and the follow-up, and we'll rank them. But it's more just kind of talking about the band and specifically how great one album is and how one maybe not quite so great, right? But has its moments. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. A week from tomorrow, we will be ranking the albums of a very cool Canadian band called Dillinger. Dillinger is the band that kind of came right before the band The Hunt. We ranked the albums of The Hunt, a month or 2 ago. This is the band that came right before that. Again, they only have 2 albums. They're 2 pretty damn cool albums. So again, who's talking Dillinger? Nobody. We are. So join Grant and I tomorrow and next Sunday for 2 small catalog rankings. We have other stuff in the ranking the album shows in the works. All sorts of other bands lined up. Like I said, we got down the road a little ways. We got Black Oak, Arkansas. Jamie Laszlo and Karen LaPreziosa and myself are going to be doing the albums of Yob for all you kind of sludge metal fans. We've got that in the works. I'm going to be doing some of the new wave of traditional heavy metal bands that Rich Catino and I have been talking about over the last couple of months. I'm hopefully going to do Striker, Enforcer, and Haunt sometime over the next, couple months. We've also got, I know there's more than I'm just not thinking about right now. I don't know. There's lots more. I have this whole list of them to go, and I'm just drawing a blank right now on all of them. So one of these days I'll post on the community tab. I'll post you all of the ranking shows that are in the pipeline, just so you guys know what's coming. But there's lots of good ones happening soon. Why am I drawing a blank on my? Probably should just look at my spreadsheet, right? It's really what I should do, so I can just kind of rattle them all off, and that's what I'm going to do right this second. So for all of you who are being patient, and let's see if my spreadsheet loads for me. Yes, let's see what we got here. All right, what do we have? Let's see. John Gaffney and I are talking about doing Omen. great underground metal band from here in the U.S. in the 80s, Omen. Let's see, I'm just going to rattle off some names. So Stephen Reed and myself have talked about it forever. Whether we get to it in this calendar year or early next year, we'll see. Palace, also The Tangent. I'm going to circle back with Dark Tranquility. Rich Catino and I talked about doing Children of Bodom. Grant and I have Mark Farner, his solo albums on the list. I mentioned Yob. I'm going to do the albums of Tremonti. I was going to do that actually real soon, but then I found out Mark and company have a new album coming out real soon, so there's no sense in doing an album ranking with a new one just around the corner. I'll also be doing UFO Mammoth, or UFO Mammoth, however you like to say that. Very cool psychedelic stoner doom band. I got to get back with Anthony Ferraro. We got to get that Steve Hillage ranking on the board here. George Lemay and I are going to do Caligula's Horse. I've got Climax Blues Band on the list. Like I mentioned, Enforcer and Haunt. Also Burning Witches. I'd like to do Earth, Wind, and Fire show at some point, a ranking show. I know Grant would be into that. My good buddy Steve Fleck would totally be into that as well. I got Catatonia on the list. I got Babe Ruth on the list. That's just what I'm seeing in front of me. I know there's more than that, so that's like on the immediate list, but stuff always pops up all the time. So, oh yeah, and Grant and I also talk about doing Simon and Garfunkel at some point too, down the road. So yeah, but lots going on. What was the other one? There was something else he mentioned to me the other day. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm drawing a blank. So anyway, if Grant's watching, he'll chime in down below. Anyway, all that coming and more. Now that I just spent double the time talking about upcoming programming, at least now you guys know, right? So anyway, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. You guys don't mind hanging with me, right? The more I talk, the better, right? It's better than just coming on here and just bloop, saying something in 3 minutes and then saying goodbye. I'd rather spend the time with you guys. Anyway, yeah, all those links are down below that you guys normally help out with and all that kind of stuff. I don't need to say them anymore right now. It's just, I've said enough as it is. So we'll see you later today. Please support the review crew. Jamie and company should have a fun show for you here tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow for a quick but fun ranking the album show of Rosington Collins Band, great Southern rock act from the early 80s. And I'm Pete Pardo. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.